Warning, the following opinions are that of my own and not of the larger whole of any fandom. Also, while major adult content will never be shown and or allowed, some adult language may be used at any time. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back, faithful listeners. Here's part 2 of the David Kaye interview. Let's terrorize, baby! Yeah, my second question is a Transformers one. It's a bit of an interesting one that apparently there was news that the Beast Wars and Beast Machines cast weren't going to dub the Transformers Robots in Disguise show back in 2000. Did you know about that show getting dubbed? And if so, would you have wanted to record for it with the crew from Beast Wars / Beast Machines?
Well, of course. I mean, I would do anything, but I had no idea. I'm one of these people that doesn't ask a lot of questions. I'm thankful for what I get, and don't forget, yeah, we're disappointed if we didn't do this show or that show or we cast that character, but we're fortunate enough to be able to borrow these characters. Like, these characters are we get to inhabit them for a while. We don't own them. As much as it's sort of disappointing that we don't get cast in something else or a continuation of the series. Things change and actors change, and we're fortunate enough to be able to inhabit those characters for the time that we're given, and that's sort of my attitude. Of course we would have done it, but I had no idea. And sometimes it's best for me not to know, because I'll get down. But that's just the nature of in this business.
Yes.
Oh, hey, look it. It's my new yes button.
Find out. No. Terrorize.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wait, there's a good one coming. Hang on.
Excellent.
Wait.
Yes.
Oh no, come on.
What a pleasant surprise.
There's that one.
Where is my rubber ducky?
There's my favorite. There it is. That's the brand new yes button. And so listen, man. How long has it been? It's been what, since the mid '90s, and people are still digging the Megatron character. I'm just thrilled. I had no idea. None of us had any idea that we're going to be still 20 years later. So I'm just thrilled to be even part of the universe. And listen, yourself included, and all the fans are the reason why we're doing it and why we do it and why we're still doing it. That's the whole point. Yeah, it's fun.
Going back to the part where you don't own the characters you voice, that actually reminds me of a couple of things that I asked Mike Pollock in my first interview regarding Dr. Eggman and Roger Craig Smith voicing Sonic.
Oh, Roger, I love Roger. He's a good friend.
Yeah, I'd love to interview him one of these days.
He's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. My third question here: what was the underlying thing that caused you to not be able to record for Sashomaru and Inuyasha the final act, as you were replaced by Michael Field?
Yeah, Danger.
I think he did a good job.
Yeah, Danger's great. Danger's is a hell of a talent, man. The reason, because I moved to Los Angeles. We emigrated here.
Ain't that a pain in the butt?
Yeah. So they were doing it in Vancouver. Now look, if they would have said, "Hey, listen, would you fly back?" I said, "Yeah, sure, we'll make it work. We'll fly and we'll do a few episodes and we'll fly." I would have done it, but it's just not. They can't depend on me. What if I missed the flight? And what if I couldn't make it? Or what if blah blah blah? So. I just couldn't do it. I was here, and also it's a union thing. If I'm a member of Screen Actors Guild, AFTRA, that's like you can't do that. And then the same goes for the Canadian side. If you're under UBCP or ACTRA contract in Canada, doesn't work. So there were legal ramifications and geographical ramifications. I just. And I was getting busy here. So for me to go, okay, I'm not going to be available for these days. I'm going to be up in Vancouver. And that time, I didn't really have a lot of portables. I have a lot of portable studios now. I can do stuff in my car if I need. I can pull over and actually literally, get something done if somebody wants it.
Nice.
That technology, we didn't really have that yet. So yeah, it was just a nature of that. And, Danger's freaking awesome. And he's also a funny guy and a really, really nice guy. So,
yeah,
it was great. But yeah, there were some fans who were mad at me and goes, well, hey, it's not possible, but that's why.
Yeah. I actually just thought of this one. It's an impromptu question. I'm probably just going to nip this in the bud right now. You were not contacted by Netflix to return as Megatron in the War for Cybertron Kingdom cartoon that's going to be coming out later this month.
No, simple answer is I'm SAG-AFTRA. I couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, Netflix has been primary non-union lately, which
Mhm.
kind of sucks. And it,
Well,
I heard,
some projects,
yeah,
not all of them. I've been working for Netflix, and it's certainly on a union contract. My agent, I have an agent. I love her. She's a hard ass,
yeah,
and I like her for that. But she's like, DK, you can't. Sorry. And I go, all right. So there's nothing I can do. If they
yeah, that's a
and it does.
bummer.
It's
But
not that. Yeah, it's not that much. I mean, under a Screen Actors contract, it's not that much big a deal. But it's not up to me, man. Like I said, I'm fortunate. I've been able to do Megs for so long, and if that's it, that's great. So certainly I'd come back and do it if I was asked, and if it was under
yeah,
the proper circumstances. But
yeah,
yeah,
and
I couldn't touch it because it's union, and I got to respect that.
yeah. And another thing I will say about the Netflix Transformers show before we continue on, when we first hear the Predacons and Maximals in the Transformers Horror Cybertron Kingdom series, do not freaking harass them for it. Please don't. You just look more like an idiot.
Yeah, it's just look. When I started my career, I jumped at a chance for anything because I didn't I had no idea. I wasn't I was just happy to work and cut my teeth and do some stuff, and it's nothing to do with me or any of us. It's just that's a call from people to make the decisions way up top. They're in there. They were hired. They're doing their job. I haven't seen any of it. I mean, because I haven't seen all of my stuff. So doesn't I've hardly watched any of my stuff. But yeah, just they're hired to do a job, and they go in and they do their job, and that's it. It's just
Yeah.
it's part of the whole lore of the whole series. The whole Transformers isn't going away. It's going to be
Yeah.
around for a long time, and there's going to be many iterations of it, and yeah, it's just enjoy it for what it is, and move on to the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one regarding the Transformers Armada PS2 game.
Oh God, that I gave up on that. Like I couldn't do it.
Yeah, my
Like,
question
come on.
was, what did you
It's
think when
impossible.
what did you think when Transformers Armada was getting a PS2 game with you and Gary Chalk reprising your roles from Armada? That game was fun but hard as heck. By the way, the title weight boss fight can burn in hell.
Yeah, I mean, it was impossible. I couldn't do it. I remember that was a while ago. That was when we were like, "What? We're doing a game? Wow, cool." So like, what does that mean? Because the games I used to play were like, body blow, body blow. I mean, that was all the games I was playing. But this is, our characters in a game. I've done, of course, tons of games since, but at that time, I hadn't done a lot of games at all. So for me, it was just kind of cool. But then I sat down to play it, and I'm like, this is impossible. I can't do this. I can't. I just gave up.
Yeah, and Tidal Wave's only weak spot in that game was his freaking head, and he's freaking huge.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was neat, though, to be part of a game. That's cool.
Yeah, and from one game-related series to another, besides being the voice of Proto Man, were you a part of the production regarding the Mega Man NT Warrior anime dub? Since the show was an adaptation of Mega Man Battle Networks 1, 2, and 3, with sadly games 4, 5, and 6 and the network transmission game never getting dubbed.
So you asked me if I only remember doing a series, the one I was in. I don't remember the games at all.
Yeah.
And when was that? That was late 90s, wasn't it? Early 2000s?
Yeah, it was around the 2000s roundabouts.
Yeah,
This was around the time
of
the Game Boy Advance.
Right. I actually liked. I'd seen a few full episodes of that actually. Because I loved the art. I loved the character. I loved the red suit, the whole thing. I really dug the character and the cartoon and the anime. I really enjoyed that. I mean, Scotty was Mega Man, right? I believe.
I don't think Scotty was Mega Man. I think
He
it was
wasn't
somebody
Mega Man?
else. And I think it was I think Kirby was Mega Man.
Was Kirby? Yeah, Kirby. Kirby was another one. Holy smokes! Yeah, that's right. You forgot because then again with the anime you don't see everybody when you go into work. But I really it was fun. It was fun to watch. What was it? Proto Man, Breakman. Was it Breakman?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't answer that one. That's
yeah.
Again,
You're fine.
You're digging deep, man.
Yeah. Speaking of which, what happened with the production of the Ghost in the Shell OVAs in terms of the dubbing? Was Richard Epcar unavailable to do Bato? And why did some of the cast get changed up for the OVAs too?
I have no idea. I didn't know Richard at the time. When I moved to Los Angeles, I met Richard, and I realized, many years later that he was about to. I was just contacted to audition for the character, and I got the role. And Ghost in the Shell, I'm a big fan of that one. That's probably one of my favorite anime. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Netflix Ghost in the Shell series yet. Did like the live action movie with ScarJo though, even though a lot of people didn't like that one.
Yeah, I know. I'm fine with it. I liked I like those kind of movies. I kind of sit and watch them and move on. I don't really go, it was kind of fun, I like all the effects.
I'm pretty much the same there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This next question's funny. Because when I was looking through your Behind the Voice Actors page to figure out questions for this interview, I've come to realize something. You just cannot escape Transformers, can you?
No, why would I want to? Transformers is so good to me. I hope I never escape it. I hope I never escape it.
Yeah,
I got all the toys. I got toys in my studio here. We're actually in the process of moving. I got to get these pack them up. I got to pack. I have toys. I'm gonna have to sell some toys. There's some good man. I got some good stuff. But I do have a bunch of stuff in the attic that I gotta go through. I have to get rid of it because I don't. I like the original. I have original Ren and Stimpy toys in the box. I have I got some stuff.
That will fetch a lot of money.
Yeah, but I don't know who's gonna buy that. I'm not doing anything with it, but I kind of every time I look at them, I go, I'm really glad I have these. And I think, well, why do I have these? What am I going to do? They're sitting up in the attic. So there's going to come a time very soon where we're going to, let's just sell it. But yeah, no, I look at these toys off my shoulder here, and I'm like, I hope I don't want to be I won't always be associated with the Transformers. They've been so good to me, over the years. Yeah. Who knows if I'm going to be involved in anything down the road, yes or no, but whatever, man. Like I said, the honor to just inhabit these characters is mind-blowing to me. So I'm all good.
So, I guess switching questions around because this was question 12 that I had, so I'm saying it now. Do you have any toys of characters you voiced?
Yeah, lots. But not as many as probably people like Lee Tokar or Scotty McNeil, but I do have I have my favorites. I have mostly the Transformers stuff.
Yeah.
There's other characters I have. Like I still have my General Hawk from G.I. Joe way back, but it's a little talking toy, but it's not me on the toy, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
You hear, yo Joe. Oh, that's not me. That's why I didn't even understand that when that toy came out. And I got the General Hawk, the small one. I pressed the button and I go, well, how come that's not me? I didn't realize there was a side business where someone comes in and records for a toy. I had no idea. I thought I would just initially put my voice on there, but no, that doesn't happen. I was so green, and I didn't have any idea that I couldn't figure out why my voice was not on that toy.
Yeah, and I really was looking forward to getting the new Kingdom T-Rex Megatron toy because I do not have a representation of Beast Wars Megatron in my collection, period.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I got lots of those.
Yeah, and speaking of which, and my friend asked me to bring him up, what is it like working with Jaby the Hong?
Oh, Jaby, yeah. I actually sent him I sent him a new yes button as a thank you. I got a
nice.
I got a couple of T-shirts he sent. Yeah,
I noticed those from a lot of videos.
I think he's hilarious. Yeah, I think he's hilarious. Yeah, I think he's really funny. I think the videos were very well done. I think it's a riot, man. It's I dig it.
Nice.
I dig it. Yeah, so I'm actually going to try and he lives not that far away from me, and he's out here in Southern California as well. So I gotta hook up and grab some chow with him one of these days soon because I think he's a cool dude, much cooler than I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Back on my rails here. So when you heard about the anime Ronin Warriors when it released, people kind of sort of compared it to Power Rangers, which it kind of was. Aside from getting the roles of the Ancient One and the narrator, which of the characters from the show did you want to audition for?
I didn't even know about any of the other characters. I was, I think, if I recall, who was doing that? Was that Toshi when he was with who was that? Viz? Was that a Viz? Was that a Viz project? I'm trying to think.
I think so.
Jeez, I can't remember, but I think I was. That's yeah, he's the monk, the ancient. I think. Yeah, Ocean Productions did it. Graz Entertainment. That's who it was. And I think it was on the USA Network when that existed. Cartoon Network, I think, picked that up. And
yeah,
I think, is it on Crunchyroll now?
I would
Tubi?
hope so.
Yeah, Crunchyroll and Tubi. But yeah, that was. I think that was one of the ones I was given.
Oh,
I don't think I actually
okay.
auditioned for the Ancient. I think I was given that role, if I recall. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they just cast me in it. I know I remember doing a trailer for it. I think I was horrible at it, but as far as I know, yeah. And it was very much like like what you were saying. It was a sort of a Japanese version or the anime version of the other show you were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Again, you're digging deep. That's making me think back, man. Good memories.
Thank you. Yeah. I had to look this one up when I was writing up questions, and I watched it a couple of times because it's freaking hilarious. What was it like playing Megatron for that Robot Chicken sketch a couple of years back?
Oh, that was the coolest thing, man. To work for those guys, that was a thrill.
Yeah,
that was outstanding.
I think the one part of the
character.
about that.
Yeah.
I think the part of the clip that I really loved laughing at the most is like, I may have PTSD, but that is a frickin' maximal.
Yeah. Yeah, that is not it wasn't frickin'. It was cathartic to be able to swear as Megatron.
Yeah.
I should have put that on the button.
Well, something for next time then.
Yes.
Yeah. Going back to the video games thing, I wanted to ask you questions regarding Ratchet and Clank, especially with the new game coming out, but I've honestly never been able to play the games because I haven't bought them yet, and my dad kind of hogs the PS4 all the time playing racing games.
Oh, that's cool. Good for him.
Yeah, I was like, I think I mentioned this one time or another, but my dad plays racing games so well on the PlayStation 2, he often breaks the controllers. He's that good.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm not that good.
Another one I have is what was it like auditioning and landing the semi-reoccurring role of Duckworth in the DuckTales reboot?
Oh, well, anything Disney. I had a habit of going and getting callbacks to Disney, and I would not land the role. So it was actually nice to actually get a role as Duckworth. I know my friend Matt Youngberg, who worked at Transformers Animated, was on that team, and that was an amazing cast and team. And it's a legendary character, so the chance to come in and do something in the Disney universe was just a thrill. He didn't have a lot to do because he's a ghost, but I just to be part, again, it's the same idea of the major Star Wars or Transformers franchise, to be part of the of the Disney, the actual like that has there's ducks and mice and things involved with Disney. You're like, wow, this is cool, So yeah, it was a thrill to be able to do that.
Yeah. Next up, and here comes my buddy DL Bot, and he asked me to tell you this little bit where he said, "Hey David, big fan of your work. I've grown up with your Voice of Megatron for years. You rock and are just as good, if not better, than Frank Welker or any other VA for Megatron when it comes to voicing the character."
Well, that's look, Frank is a talent above talents. He's very kind. Frank can run circles around me in many days, and not, and he's older than I am, number one. But look, that guy is just is it an enigma? He's out there. He's so fantastic. So that's a very humbling, and I really thank you. All I did was just to try and do best. I hear some of my scenes and performances now, and I wish I could have done that better. I could have done that better. I just I'm just honored that I was able to get a chance to do that, and people like it, and that makes me feel good. But Frank, you can't compare me to Frank, man. I'm honored, but that man is. Along with him and D. Bradley Baker and some of these people who are just magicians with their voice. I'm honored to be able to work with them. The coolest thing for me was working with Frank and Scooby-Doo. I worked with Frank and Scooby-Doo a few, nice. bunch of times. And they, you hear that voice, okay, and you look down and go, oh my God, I grew up with you. Literally, I was a kid, and he's still doing it. That's Fred, and it's like he hasn't changed. It's amazing. And he's a true legend. For sure.
I would actually really love to interview Frank Welker one of these days, but trying to look through his IMDb to ask questions about his workload, I would need at least a week to try and do that, and I would still have nowhere near enough the amount of questions I would want to talk to him, because his IMDb list is freaking huge.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
You probably lose bandwidth trying to read the whole list.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, on to DLBot's questions, which are around 9 Transformers questions.
So I have like 5 minutes just to let you know, and then I got another one on the back.
Let's just speed through all of it. What is your personal favorite Megatron, Beast Wars Megatron, and animated Optimus Prime moment?
Oh, well, in Optimus and the animated, the final battle, I always love the final battle of Megatron, that final scene. You're not worth it, Megatron. I love the final battle. It was kind of cool. And then the Beast Wars, the first time I ever saw the characters, always sticks with me is, Commander Rattrap, what a pleasant surprise. It shall avail you not. No, side guns. I love that they're going to face off and do that the first time I saw it. Yeah.
Second question. How did it feel to be the first question to voice an iconic character like Megatron after Frank Welker?
I didn't even know who Frank was at the time. I was just thrilled to be cast in the role, and very daunting to know that this is a huge, franchise. And I didn't realize that until Venus and I went to the first BotCon, which was in Rochester, New York, and we went there, and I think Peter was there at the time, nice. And I realized how big this franchise was. I had really no idea. So I was just honored to be cast in a role and doing a cartoon.
Yeah. Third question. What was your initial reaction to being told you were going to be doing Megatron for Armada, Energon, and Cybertron?
Again, just happy that they're going to keep me around.
Yeah. And I guess I could kind of sort of skip question 4, because you said that you normally don't watch the stuff you voiced in, because his fourth question was, have you seen any of the Unicron trilogy? If so, which of the 3 was your favorite?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any of it, honestly. And I don't hate me for it. I just haven't seen any of it.
Yeah, he's not going to hate you. I mean, your friend David Kaye, for God's sake.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. What was it also like being the voice of Megatron for another generation of Transformers fans? Because of course there's G1 with Frank Welker, and of course Beast Wars Unicron trilogy with you.
Oh, it's amazing. I don't really understand it until that's why I miss going to cons these days, and this awful period of time we're going through in history, just not enabled us to go to conventions, and that's where I really, appreciate the. You really get an idea of like what you're doing and how it affects people. When people tell me they've grown up with my voice, I'm like I don't know what to say. I have no words other than thank you. And so it really is great for me to do conventions just to thank people, because it's all about, I said, it's all about the fans. So if there's no fans, there's no us. So
yeah. So question 6 is kind of a twofold one. Is there any other Transformer in the franchise that you would like the opportunity to voice besides Optimus and Megatron?
No. Yes. No. Wait. No. Yes. No. No. Because everyone does such a great job. I could never imagine me doing anything or them. I can only imagine them doing what they've done and me doing what I've done, and that's it.
Oh, yeah,
although I love when Scotty does that. He's so good at that. And Waspinator. I loved Alec Willow's. Tarantulas was one I loved, because we always used to do Alec Willow's. His weird. It was so cool to see to watch Alec do that move.
Nice.
But no, I everybody's where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. All right. Is there one voice actor for Optimus or Megatron, besides Gary Chalk, that you would like to do a collaboration project with, be it Transformers or otherwise?
I've no, I've had a chance to work with all kinds of people. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
No, I always loved Kevin Michael Richardson in TF Prime. It was kind of cool to work with him.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be nice to work with Frank and Peter again on something. That'd be cool.
Wait. Yeah, last question from my buddy DLBot. What is your favorite Megatron line from either the Unicron trilogy, Beast Wars, or Beast Machines?
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
So, the Tripredicus Council still smooches the skid plates of the Maximal Elders. Yes. That's a bizarre one, but I always like that one.
Yeah, one of my personal favorite ones is that I saw this on your Twitter feed a long time ago, where in one episode you tell Quickstrike to go into a building or something, and Inferno goes, "Royalty, what was I not chosen?" Because Inferno, when expecting booby traps, bang! Always send the boob in first.
Yeah. Always send the boob in first.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So, last one here. What can we expect from David Kaye in the future?
Well, don't forget, the Ratchet and Clank game came out yesterday. It's the best reviewed game. I'm blown away by the reviews. And it's incredibly intricate and deep and technologically advanced. It's just nuts. So that's out now. Another game that's coming out that we can talk about is Psychonauts 2. We're bringing that back, Ford Cruller.
Yeah.
And yes, Ford Cruller. He was one of my favorite characters to play. There is a handful of things that I can't tell you. They're very, very cool, but you'll just have to look at Twitter at DKVO. Or was it at DKVO and find out. There's gosh, Ben 10, still rolling out there. There's just a lot of projects I can't tell you.
Yeah, that's probably understandable.
Which kind of sucks. But yeah, there's a bunch of fun stuff coming. That's for sure. But don't forget, the Ratchet and Clank's the big thing, and recently I can tell you because it's out. We can talk about it. But yeah.
Yes. But yeah, I will leave all of David Kaye's contact details down below, along with all of my stuff. David, thank you for coming here today to talk with me, and again, thank you for putting up with my BS.
Oh, no worries. All good, man. It was fun. Great questions too. Really appreciate it.
No problem. But yeah, this has been Zeltrex Millennium, Jesse Elias saying good night and good luck. Later.
Yes.